Hi there, I'm Violet Van Hees and this is Grow Your Movement Freedom. Welcome! So today, with the help of Max the Skeleton here, we're going to have a look at a very interesting joint and bone structure inside your body, the shoulder blade and the shoulder. And we're going to look at how this shoulder blade bone is actually designed to be a chair for the arm bone to sit in. And we're just going to look at the anatomy of that and then look at what happens when this gets stuck up there, which it is for a lot of people. For a lot of people, the shoulder blade sort of gets stuck up high and we have hunched forward shoulders and it sort of stays there instead of sliding around on the back here, which it's designed to do. And we'll look at why that matters and how that affects the strength and the safety of your shoulder joint. Let's have a good look at this weird bone and bone structure and general area so you have a sense of how things are put together here. So you've got on your back this big blade, triangular blade called the shoulder blade, right, or scapula. And it's built to slide and glide around on your back. It's actually not attached by bone anywhere except for up to the collarbone, and the collarbone is attached to the front of you here in the sternum. But that's the only bony attachment for this whole thing that serves as a yoke for work in your shoulder here. And then the shoulder blade itself angles forward, so it's got sort of the blade in the back. Let's turn it around a bit here. It also comes forward here. It attaches to the scapula up there. That's the collarbone. Its head's hanging around a bit here. And it attaches to the arm bone, which is falling out of the socket in this particular skeleton right now. And I want to show you this socket, right? Because it's a very shallow socket, really shallow. This is a joint that's built for mobility. It's built to help you have lots of movement. So the socket is not too confining. In the body, this socket also has a ring of cartilage around it, but then this bone sits in that socket, right? That's how it's designed to work. Now here's the thing. Your shoulder blade, that socket in the shoulder blade, is actually designed to be the chair for your arm bone to sit in. And the idea is that the shoulder blade will move around and the chair will stay there. The bony chair will stay there for your arm bone to sit in, and the shoulder blade itself will move around into different places as the arm bone moves into different places. And the shoulder blade is slung in about 12 or 14 different bigger muscles that take the movement, that can create movement back there, that have strength, and that also can plug in to your back so that you can send the work through your arm into the back and down to the big bones and big muscles in your body, which are down in the lower back and the pelvis when you need the extra help for extra work. So what this looks like on the skeleton is you've got the socket, you've got the arm bone that sits in the socket, and the arm bone, this is sort of a movable skeleton here, can slide around with the scapula. So the scapula can go forward when the arm reaches forward, scapula can come back, it can go down as the arm goes up, so the arm keeps having a chair here, and it can go up and can do different things, right? Now where a lot of people get in trouble with their shoulders is that the shoulder blades get stuck. And in particular, in our society, we tend to have the shoulder blades kind of getting stuck in an up and forward position here. So your shoulders kind of come up and forward like this, and then they tend to stay there. Now the problem with that is that then the chair doesn't have the movement that's needed to help it stay as the chair for this bone. And what then starts to happen is that as the chair gets up there and gets stuck, and then this bone starts to move around, it starts to push on the tissues that are around the chair instead of sitting in the chair itself. And it starts to put more pressure on those tissues than they're built to hold, and it starts to stretch out those tissues. And if you've ever had a dislocated shoulder, then this is a forcible way of creating this more quickly. But you can also have tissues that stretch out just by chronic overuse. And a key thing that gets damaged with this is the rotator cuff, because the rotator cuff is like 4 little muscles that are around this socket here that help keep this bone in this chair. That's the job of the rotator cuff. Keep this bone sitting in the chair. Then all the other muscles around the shoulder blade help the shoulder blade to move around, so that the chair can actually be strong and help transmit force down into the big bones and the big muscles of the body for extra help. Ideally, your shoulder is going to work in a way where the shoulder joint basically lines up the work to send the work from the arm through the shoulder, into the body, so that you can get the support of the rest of your body to help basically spread out the work and bring the big work into the big bones and muscles. If this isn't working well, that gets impeded. More work gets stuck in here. It's in a place that's biomechanically not efficient because now it's falling out of the chair. And you've got all these little tissues trying to hold on and keep it together that aren't built to do that. That's a recipe for injury, for pain, for lack of movement, basically lots of things that don't work well on the shoulder that lots of us experience. Now, the thing about shoulder blades is they're back there. They're out of sight. Right? We don't actually know what they're up to because they're kind of invisible to us. I talk about them as being sort of, in the Star Trek or something like that. You have the mothership, and then you have the little shuttlecraft that are out in space doing something. But these ones are in your blind spot. You can't see what they're up to. So it's hard to get a sense of what they're doing if you've never really thought about the shoulder blades, or if you've never really had a sense of where they are and what they do. So an easy thing to do is to stand against the wall or to lie on a firm surface like a carpet or something firm on the floor, on a carpet, on some firm surface where you can feel your back. So I'm going to stand against the wall here, but you can do it laying down as well, right? And you're giving yourself a chance to just find out, what does it feel like to have your back against the surface? And then if you start to lift and lower your shoulders a little bit, what do you sense, what do you feel behind this place in yourself? Can you feel your shoulder blades touching the ground or moving across the ground, right? Once you get a sense of where your shoulder blades are, you can start to play a little bit with their movement. So the easiest movement for people to do is to shrug. Most people can do that pretty easily. So you can shrug up and down, and then you can shrug one side, shrug on the other side. And feel, if you can feel the shoulder blades, which are those flat bones on your back, moving around. Are they able to move up and move down? Then you can find out, can you move them down towards your butt and into the middle again? So it's almost like going from one end down as far as they can go and then somewhere in the middle. And again, can you feel them slide up? Can you feel them slide down? What are they up to? And notice that how your neck feels here, how your back feels there. Then you can also find out, what's it like to reach forward or squeeze them together. So you can let them come apart, which is coming forward around your back. My hands are doing it kind of like this. Or they can come back in towards your spine, squeezing them in towards the spine. And then you can play a little bit with circling around, up, down, one the other way, one way, one the other way. Lots of movement for you, whatever you like, to get a feeling of what shoulder blades can do. And to find out, do your shoulder blades move around? And cultivate this a little bit so you can get a sense of what they might be doing, so that then, when you start to play with your arms, you can find out, do the shoulder blades go with the arms? Do they move like a chair might move if a chair wanted to stay underneath the arm bone? And the thing to really notice on this is when you lift up, can the chair go down? Because otherwise the chair is going up, the arm is going up, and the chair and the arm are kind of doing this. And you actually want the chair to do that. Okay, so it's when you start to lift up, can the chair go down? So on your back, can the chair go down? Versus can the chair go up? All right, this is a lot to play with. Something you can explore. Sometimes it's easier to have someone to work with. I like working with people with shoulders because it's invisible and it's nice to get the feel of this. But do it gently, do it quietly in a way that feels safe and it feels reasonable for your body. So you can check it out. You have a chance to just notice what can happen, what can be the relationship between the chair and the arm bone. So the chair can give support to your arm bone while your arm does stuff. In the next video, I'm going to give you some more active movement to help you learn and play with how to get this relationship between your shoulder blade and your arm dialed into your body in a way that's useful and that feels good and that gives you good strength at the same time as gives you good safety. All right, so we'll look for that next time. But for now, have fun exploring what shoulder blades actually do, and you can ask yourself during the day, what are those shoulder blades up to? Right? Because it's an interesting question, and it's a useful question when it comes to shoulder mobility and shoulder strength. All right, have fun with this. Happy exploring. If you have any questions, my website information is right below here. Please get in touch. I love hearing from people. Have fun with this, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.